This video is going to be a quick run through of the SAS University Edition user interface. We'll start from scratch, so we'll go into VirtualBox Manager. We'll boot up SAS, so just click Start. Once it starts, we'll go to the URL that it's provided in the log. Localhost 180. Now we click on Start SAS Studio. Right, so now that SAS Studio is all loaded up and ready, we'll go through the user interface one by one. The first thing is the left-hand side of the screen. This shows all the different sections of SAS Studio. So the first one is server files and folders. These are all the files that are stored on the virtual machine that you've created. So the virtual machine here, that's running in VirtualBox. So on this virtual machine, there's a bunch of files and folders, just like your computer that you're sitting on. And they have, right now, nothing in them. But what we'll end up doing is putting in some data for us to do some work in. And I'll show you how to do that in the next video. The next tab that we might use in the tutorials is the Tasks and Utilities tab. In here, there's just a list of all the different things that SAS can do. They're kind of like templates for you. So for example, if we want to make a bar chart, we'll just click Graph, double click Bar Chart. There's kind of a template you fill in that will provide you with some code to run that'll give you a bar chart. There's a whole list of different things you can use here. After that, the last thing we'll use in this left sidebar is the Libraries tab. Now libraries are just kind of like folders like we saw above, but they're where we're storing our data. So whenever we refer to a database in our SAS code, we don't want to have to write out a URL for a folder location. We just want to refer to like a word like my library or something. So for example, here's the work library. At the moment it's empty, but later on we'll start filling it with some data. And you'll see how useful these are later on. The next part of the UI is the center screen. So here is your program. This is where you'll write all of your code to run in SAS. You can save it. To run it, you have to press this picture of a guy running. To undo, you do undo. And once you finish running your code, it'll send you to the log page, and it'll show you everything that's happened, any errors or anything that you've had it put out into the output. And after that is a results window, which will show you your data, your raw data after you've run your SAS code. There are a few buttons up the top that you can press. For example, the open button, which is kind of just showing you the server files and folder tab. And there is this thing which switches between like a programmer layout and a visual layout. So in the visual layout, you can like drag and drop different codes and have one run and then the other one run. But I prefer this, SAS Programmer. And then there's this last option, which is just a list of things you can click that will give you a template of pre-written code. So import data, you put in your file there and it'll spit out a bunch of code for you. And that's about it. That's everything you really need to know about this user interface to be able to use SAS.